Today we are going to make some 3-ingredient tuna nuggets, and the first thing you need is an egg. We're just going to crack that into a bowl. And then we need some shredded cheddar. And finally, 1 can of tuna. It's literally that easy. We're going to throw them in the air fryer. By the way, guys, today my birthday present finally came in. So all I wanted for my birthday was a deep cleaning of the house, and when we scheduled it, it was for today, and we finally got it done. And wow, if you guys are in a position where you can do that for like your birthday or something, I totally recommend it. I just feel so happy ever since they left. It's like the greatest feeling ever. But anyway, so now you're gonna season it. And instead of the usual salt, pepper, garlic powder, I'm going to put this chili lime seasoning. So my birthday was a few weeks ago, but the present was today. I'm making your chicken wings. Oh, nice. I hope you love them. Have you tried keto whole wheat flour? I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, Andrea, the best gift ever. You can replace the tuna with salmon as long as it's like canned salmon. I don't know if this would work with fresh salmon. All right, so I'm gonna do a good amount of seasoning. And now we just mix everything up. Made your pepperoni in the microwave. Oh, that's one of my favorites. That's such an easy and quick snack. You can also put cream cheese or mozzarella inside of like 2 pepperonis and microwave it or air fry it, and they get so crispy, it's amazing. Trying your canned meat pizza crust tonight. Oh, let me know what you think. Love the avocado and egg recipe for the air fryer. Genius. That recipe is so easy. You just cut open an avocado, crack an egg in it. It's delicious. Yeah, Kat, it feels really good. Do you know Aldo? I'm not sure. I'm getting a lot of questions about this. I'm not sure who that is. The smell of the chili lime seasoning in here is making me want to just take a bite of it as it is. All right, so I'm just going to start shaping these into nuggets now. Guinness, right? The pepperoni cream cheese snack is amazing. I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings. So fun fact, if you are avoiding seed oils, B-Dubs doesn't cook their wings in vegetable oils. They use beef tallow, or at least they used to. The chili lime is the Trader Joe's brand. Big fan from Bangkok, Thailand. Hey. I've been making so much of your recipes. Love them so much. Thank you guys. All right, we mixed it up good enough. Now we're just gonna put them in the air fryer. All right, maybe I should remove them from the live. So you just shape them into nuggets. I don't think I squeezed enough moisture out of the tuna, actually. Oh no. It's like kind of watery. Uh-oh. All right, something isn't right.
You didn't drain the tuna?
I drained it, but I don't know if I drained it good enough. Something isn't right. Maybe I need some more cheddar. Let's add some more cheddar cheese. It's like very tuna-y. You know what it is? Guys, I know what happened. So, it just dawned upon me. We're using the Costco can. I don't know if this is the same size as a regular can.
No, it's much bigger.
So the Costco can is bigger, so we need to like add some extra cheese in here to even things out. That's the problem. We're using a Costco can of tuna. So let's say 3/4 cups of cheddar. Wow, this is 2 recipes in a row that I've messed up. Because I also messed up the freaking, what's it called? The hot dog bites. Wrap in a few paper towels and squeeze it. Yeah, we can do that too. Let's see if it shapes better now. Yeah, it's like shaping into nuggets at least now, so. Sophia has awoken. I just think it needs more egg now. I'm sorry guys, it was supposed to go smooth, but it was supposed to be like super quick and in the air fryer by now. So, I don't know how many ounces are in a regular can of tuna. I mean, this recipe works. It's just like the canned chicken pizza. It should shape into nuggets so easily. This is not something that you can like mess up. It's just the can of tuna, the size was wrong. All right, we're good now. I know, I don't think it is that much bigger for another egg, but if I were using the Costco cans, I would do what I just did, but I would add like half a can of the tuna. So there we go. Now it's shaping. Little nuggets. You don't need flour. This recipe has worked 1,000 times as it is. But I see what you're saying. That can help if you want it to have that type of texture. But it's the cheese and the egg binds it all together. All right, and one last one. We'll like make a giant one for the middle. All right, into the air fryer. So I'll put the correct measurements with the cup size adjusted in the caption. But here we go. 400 for like 8 minutes. Hope everybody's having a blessed Tuesday. Just grabbed your new book. Can't wait. Hey, thank you so much, Laura. And this is what we're dipping in. This is spicy mayo. Sriracha mayo, rather. You can make your own. It's very easy. Just mayonnaise and sriracha. And I'm not going to tell you how much sriracha to use because it just depends on your preference for heat. If you want it to be really hot, really spicy, add more sriracha. If you want it to be more mild, less sriracha. How are you pulling off air fryer recipes with eggs? I did the chicken nugget recipe in the air fryer and it was a nightmare to clean. So usually I use a basket liner. I didn't today because if you want them to get crispy, the key is not to line your air fryer. You want the air to like go through the whole thing. But usually that prevents any mess. So you're just sacrificing some crispiness. What we would do is just soak it. That's something Anna taught me is if you make a big mess and things are just sticking, just soak your basket and that will work. You have awesome recipes. I have your books. Love them. Hey, thank you so much. We are making some tuna nuggets. Just did the keto pickle chips. Yum. Ooh, that's another really good one. So if you don't have a muffin tin, you can still make the pickle chips. Let me explain what that is. You take a muffin tin, you sprinkle some cheddar, you put a pickle on it, you add more cheddar, you bake or air fry them, and then they get crispy in their little chips. But You don't have to do it in a muffin tin. You can also do it on a baking sheet with parchment paper. Either way is really good. Just purchased your book, Trying to Get Back to Keto. Hey, thank you so much. So the book has more than just recipes, by the way. Like if you're trying to get back on track, the book will help you. It talks about getting started. It talks about getting back on keto, transitioning off keto. Has all of the information you would need to know. How long for the pickled chips in the air fryer? 400 for 10 minutes if you're putting them in the air fryer. I'm so happy I found your account. Been living the keto life since August. Never felt better. People start keto to lose weight and you keep doing it because you feel amazing. That's what's so magical about it is, I mean, everyone can do keto in their own way. And some people can do keto for 3 days and then go off the rails for 4 days and then go back on keto for 3 days. And if that's your strategy, you're going to feel like crap. Or if you're doing keto, but you're still just like massively overeating and it's like just vegetable oil central and you're just like eating a lot of junk, you're not going to feel great. But if you do keto and you eat mostly real food and you don't neglect vegetables, or whether vegetables make you feel crappy, you do neglect them. Like if you eat the right foods and do keto, you're going to feel amazing. And that's what kept me on it, is a lot of my mental health, my consistent energy throughout the day, like that stuff just improves when you do keto. And it's so nice to not be hangry all the time, where you eat breakfast and it's a bagel, and then before lunch even comes, you're already starving. So it's like those 2 hours before lunch, you're just miserable because you're starving. I just remember I don't have a lot of life experience before doing keto because I started when I was 20. So my only memories are high school, but I remember waiting for lunch, and that hour before lunch was so miserable. And it's like when you do keto, you don't feel that way because your body is just using stored fat for energy. So maybe you have psychological cravings, but the physical cravings just aren't there. Got your book. It's great. Thanks. Hey, thank you. Peria. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. His new book is behind him on the counter. Thank you, Dee Dee. Yes, guys, it's right there. What's up, Maverick? And I will be buying your book soon, too. Hey, thank you, Amanda. But Sarah, the book is called Carefree Keto. It's on Amazon. Is everything labeled keto necessarily keto? So as long as it doesn't have maltitol typically, or sometimes maltodextrin and dextrose are two you have to look out for when you're buying like bags of sweeteners. But as long as it doesn't have maltitol, and if you're buying keto candies or whatever, they shouldn't kick you out of ketosis. There are some weird fibers that you may want to look out for, but in general, probably 80% of products that are labeled keto will not kick you out of ketosis. Does that mean you should have several servings of them a day? Probably not. But if you're just really craving bread and you find a keto bread that doesn't kick you out of ketosis, there's nothing wrong with just making yourself a sandwich to get over the craving. That way you stay in ketosis, you keep on track towards getting fat adapted and moving towards your goals. But if that bread causes you to eat 6 keto sandwiches, well, now you're just overeating, and that's not great. So what about Malta short? Wait, I don't get it. Oh, because tall. Now I get it. I missed it at first. I'm not scared of erythritol. That study, it shows that if you're overweight, if you're metabolically unhealthy and you consume sugar, there's a chance that can turn into erythritol in your bloodstream, and that could be bad. But that study didn't even look at people or how much erythritol people were consuming. And at the time they were looking at those people, erythritol wasn't even a popular sweetener. And all of those people were like knocking on death's door anyway. So like 73% of them had some sort of, I forget, I don't want to get the numbers mixed up, but that study, it's a good study, but the way the media said, oh, consuming erythritol will do this, it's just pure clickbait. So that's not something I'm worried about. All right, guys, let's check on these little nuggets. Actually, I don't have to open the air fryer door to check on them because it has a little window. I wake up at 2 p.m., don't eat my first meal until 4 to 6, so eating into the late night, then sleep at 3 a.m. Doesn't matter. Catherine, honestly, time of day is very unimportant as far as weight loss or whatever your goals are. Maybe if you're eating right before bed, it can mess up your quality of sleep, and that can make it harder to resist cravings. So there are studies where if you're sleep deprived, on average, you're going to consume an extra 400 calories just because your hunger hormones are a little out of whack. But it doesn't mean that eating late is bad unless that is just totally throwing off your sleep and the poor sleep is causing you to overeat, and then it's like a cycle. Dude, congrats on sticking to keto. I remember when you just started your Instagram. Hey, thank you. I mean, Keto Snacks has held me accountable because the whole point of social media is just connecting, making friends, like being part of a community. And this has made it so easy for me to stay on track because every day I can get on here and talk to other people who are on the same path. Yeah, exactly, Brittany. There are a lot of influencers who do a lot of fear mongering, but I mean, the whole topic of artificial sweeteners as a whole, like they all attack diet soda. And you know what? There are like different types of studies, and you can find animal studies and correlational studies to create fear around certain products to sell your own products. But any study done on like humans drinking diet soda, for example, shows that it actually improves weight loss because it makes you feel like you're eating something, therefore it curbs more cravings. Maybe your anecdotal experience is different than that, but the actual studies have just shown that that's the opposite is true. And it's also the opposite is true with exercise. This isn't something influencers say, but a lot of people say, oh, whenever I exercise, I'm extra hungry. But the truth is, people who exercise are more in tune with their body and are more in tune with their satiety cues, so they're less likely to overeat. All right, the tuna nuggets are done. All right, guys, I'm taking them out of the air fryer. They look pretty good. Oh, yeah. They're a little cheesy because, like I said, I added a weird amount of tuna. I can't get these out. I'm just going to bring this over here. I'll just set it on this. Man, if I find out that our counters are heat resistant, and I've been making a huge stress about putting these stupid things underneath, like pots and pans, I'm going to be so upset. All right, so here are the nugs. This is our big one in the middle. So all of the cheese just like sunk to the bottom. all of the excess cheese that would have made a mess. So I'm thinking we're just gonna soak it in some water after it cools off. I'm very excited to eat these. Guys, it is so satisfying to lift up the oven thing, the stove top thing, and there just be no dust and no like dirt or anything. Wow, I'm gonna be so happy for the next probably week. All right, now we need one of these for our dipping sauce. 10 minutes at 400. They look delicious. They look good. Thank you guys. They look yummy. I'm using the Ninja Max Crisp air fryer. I think that's what it's called. By the way, I've been calling my oven style air fryer an 8-in-1, but I think I actually found the real name of it. I think it's called the Ninja Foodie air fryer. This sriracha mayo is like 6 months old. Oh, I have a smaller dipping cup I can use. This dipping cup is huge. So fun fact about weight loss, guys. If you are filling this up with mayonnaise and you're eating the whole thing, that's about 4 or 5 tablespoons. So we could actually measure it out. Let's get some water and do a test. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not 5. But let's just do a test. If you're struggling to lose weight, I don't think seed oils themselves have some magical property that makes you become obese. Because even if you're in a calorie deficit, you're not going to become obese no matter what junk you're eating. You could eat Tide Pods. Doesn't matter. You're not going to become obese. But seed oils make it easy to overeat calories because if you drown your salad in ranch or if you slather 7 tablespoons of mayonnaise on your sandwich, you have now added an extra day's worth of calories. So if you are getting big dipping cups and you're filling them up with ranch or mayo, let's just look. Let's see how many tablespoons fit in here. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. And I'm not saying you can't have ranch or mayonnaise. It's just be careful of how much you're having. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. And this is 7. No way. There's no way. And it's almost full. Let's try and get 8 in here. Yeah, we fit 8. And not all of these were like filled to the brim. So let's say 7. That's almost half a cup. That's almost half a cup. If you have half a cup of ranch with your blackened tenders, it doesn't matter that you're in ketosis. If you are not losing weight, if everything is working for you and you're progressing how you want to, ignore what I'm saying. But if you're not satisfied with your results, really think about how much ranch do I need to be satisfied, because it's probably about half. When I had cheat days, I would ask for 8 cups of sweet and sour sauce when I would get a 5-piece chicken select meal and a large fry from McDonald's, and I would use 1 cup of sweet and sour per chicken select. That style of dipping goes hand in hand with obesity. If you can just like dip it in and be good, you can save yourself so many calories. Imagine if I were eating 8 dipping cups of ranch, you know? So I'm not demonizing ranch, but just be mindful of how much you're using if you are not losing weight. Because that's an easy area to fix. Now let's look at this one. If you just buy smaller dipping cups, how many tablespoons fit in here? 1 and 2, 3. 3 tablespoons. Okay, so almost 8 or 3. That's like a I mean, we can find out. So, let's just say mayonnaise, 90. What is 9? Can someone tell me what 9 times 8 is? 720. So if you fill this up with mayonnaise and have the whole thing, that is 720 calories. If my math is right. 90 times 8 tablespoons, 720 calories if you dip this whole thing with mayonnaise. If you dip this one, it's 180. If you put your numbers into MyFitnessPal or something and say, these are my goals, this is how much I want to lose, this is what I weigh, and you want to do it at a reasonable pace, it'll tell you can have like 1,700 calories. That's like half of your calories for the day in one serving of mayonnaise. And I would easily, if I weren't aware, easily take this down. So that's just something to consider if you're struggling to lose weight. Like I said, if your journey is going exactly how you want it to go, ignore everything I'm saying, but that can be very helpful. That's like a whole reel. I should do a reel on that. That would probably help a lot of people. All right, let's take a picture. Should I sprinkle some green stuff on it? We have little green onions. Do you think that would look weird? Yeah, I said 9 times 8 because there are 90 calories per tablespoon. And there are like 7 or 8 tablespoons in here. I got 8, but I don't know how full each one of those tablespoons were. So it could be close to like 7.5. So you guys think those little green onions would look good sprinkled on here? I make a ton of your snacks. Hey, thank you. Bachata dancer. Shout out to Anna. She was a bachata dancer too. Before I met her. She was a salsa and bachata dancer. And I have no rhythm, so I wasn't able to help her continue that dream. But, these are like kind of thick, but it's okay. I think it looks cool. She just went upstairs to get Sophia. All right, let me grab the camera. Where is the camera? Oh, it's right here. They're gonna be cold. We went on a whole tangent talking. And my freaking camera is dead. No. Guys, we have to wait it out. I know, I'm so distracted I'm not eating this right now. But I'm gonna probably eat half of these. I think that when I started counting calories, by the way, I did not track calories when I went from 240 pounds to 160. I literally would just make stuff like this, eat as much of it as I wanted, and your appetite goes down, so you do lose weight. But when we had Sophia and we got pregnant, I started cheating more often than I would like. And then I got into counting calories and to offset the cheating. And I just gained some awareness around like portion sizes and stuff. And also I'm lifting weights more seriously now. I like set up a whole gym garage. And in order to get enough protein, I have to chill out on like the cheese because it just wouldn't work out. Like I have to like stuff myself full of protein. But I'll probably eat half of these, which I think is reasonable because they're very cheesy. All right, I have to remove these people. who keep talking about Aldo. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. But to answer your question, I do not take steroids. I think you would be able to tell if I did. But I think when I get older, I would take TRT. That's like what you take when you get in like your 40s and 50s. Not because they're steroids, but because it just keeps your testosterone normal. Struggling to get back into keto. Had a baby 4 months ago, and keto was the only thing that truly helped me lose weight, trying so hard to get back. So if you're struggling to get back on track, stop trying to get back on keto and start trying to do a little better tomorrow than you did today. That is the key for anyone who can't get started at something, is to lower your expectations, go down to something you know you can stick to, and then gradually make that harder. There's a great book called Atomic Habits. There's another one called Tiny Habits. Both of my books were heavily influenced by those books. If you want a book about taking baby steps that's more catered to just keto, Carefree Keto, Breaking Up with Carbs, they can really help you. But that is why I do this, because there are so many people who just can't get started. And you have to take baby steps in order to build momentum and belief in yourself and become the kind of person who can stay on track. Otherwise, you're screwed. It's like, how many people are just looking to drop 20 pounds, so they try some crazy hard diet and then they give up, and then they tell themselves, well, diets just don't work for me. It's like, instead of focusing on the end goal, just make the fact that whatever goal you set for the week, maybe that's eating 100 carbs a day, maybe that's removing the carbs from 1 or 2 meals per day, that is the reward. If you stick to that at the end of the week, you have succeeded. Because if you take a long-term view of things, those are the behaviors that make healthy people healthy. Those are the behaviors that make successful people successful. It's like, you just do a little bit at a time and you build on that. And over time, you're doing 20 carbs a day. So I would just lower your goal to like 100 carbs a day or something you know you can stick to. That way, when the end of the day comes and the cravings come, you have 70 carbs left. So it's not a big deal if you have the cosmic brownie. And you won't feel like a failure after you eat the cosmic brownie, because you still are within the limit you set for yourself. And that is the key, to not go to bed feeling like a failure several times a week, because you can't stay under 25 carbs a day. Meet yourself in the middle and just gradually get better. All right, I think the camera is charged enough. Here we go. Man, I can't believe. Wow, the green onions were a great addition to this. One more picture. Ooh, this is spicy. Perfect. All right, guys. Time to eat. Can you say happy birthday, Shane? He's a fan of you. Hey, happy birthday, Shane. I hope you have an amazing day. All right. Oh my God. I'm glad you find it helpful, Am. And fun size, please take that approach. It's so much easier to stick to. These are amazing. I wanna, oh my God. All right, I just heard Sophia screaming. Anna is not feeling that well, so I'm gonna get off here and go help them. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. I believe in you. Dipped in guac, Andrea. What a good idea. All right. I love you. I believe in you. Have a blessed rest of your night. Let me have one more bite. Oh my God. Look at the inside. All right. Bye.